My name is Jeff Carter, and I'm your guide for this class of Id-4-Edu, or InDesign for educators. So why did I do this? Well, initially the project, or a number of projects, is all about digital design for the masses. In other words, there are billions of people in many countries and even rural parts of developed countries that do not have any internet or even consistent or stable internet. InDesign and EPUB 3 standards is a great way of being able to deliver digital learning content to people who do not have internet access. So that's the overall overarching umbrella idea behind all of these different projects. This particular class, which is about the portfolio, basically lays the groundwork of InDesign skills you'll need in the other projects. But I wanted to do this because I realized as I, a few years ago, was working on my resume, looking for contracts, I realized that for teachers, especially digital design or e-learning instructors, it's really hard to portray what you do, because you could spend hours on a course and a lot of it is headwork and planning, and then a little bit on the delivery, and maybe even if you're not teaching, it truly is just you doing the instruction. So how do you get that across to somebody to help them understand? So I decided to create a quick portfolio for myself, though it wasn't very quick, quite a detailed portfolio for myself, which here are some little clips of it that is all about how people can navigate through. And I decided to do it in InDesign, and this is where all of these ideas began to percolate and eventually now come into fruition. So this particular class is a shortened version of my larger portfolio, and it's to take you through step by step, really, for people who one, are wanting to learn InDesign and are educators. Two, wanting to come up with a different kind of education type portfolio. You can be an instructional designer, you can be a teacher, you can be a teacher's aide, doesn't really matter. Anybody who's, well, anybody, but anybody who is interested in education or InDesign for education or digital learning within an educational context, this class is for you. It's designed for people who don't know anything about Adobe or InDesign. Those of you who do might find the first couple of blocks a little slow and boring. Bear with it, because it'll quickly reach through, because I can almost guarantee you I'll do some stuff that I learned the hard way that you've probably never seen or even tried before, okay? The class is designed, as you can see here, in a number of modules and a number of learning blocks. They're all different time lengths. The entire class is about 3 hours, and you're gonna go, oh, are you nuts? And believe me, it is gonna go fast. And if some things you're picking up faster, you can zoom through, you can always come back and pick it up again. But again, remember, this is designed for people who've never really used InDesign. There's also, apart from the regular modules, there's a few courses or a few little bits and pieces in what are called the supplemental module or supplemental blocks. These are taken from the major course, but they're there if you want a quick reference for yourself, either before you get to it or afterwards, or even when you go into other projects, to be able to come back and learn from it. Other projects. So what are these other projects I keep talking about? Well, other projects eventually will load, and it's like about a talking textbook. It is about how to do a discovery sort of learning, where you're mapping out using maps, but now getting into much more detail, being able to block off states or provinces, being able to have someone highlight and go through. So a discovery learning process, and an entire course in a box, I'm calling it, that does not need any internet access at all. It can all be run from a basic computer that has an e-reader and an EPUB 3 document, because it will embed everything, the images, the videos, everything else. Now, for our portfolio, for this class, we're going to use links to videos because I want to go through and do it quick, but we will show you how to embed one short video. So what are you going to have by the end of this class? You will have all the skills that you need, one, to make your own amazing portfolio. and even how to put it on the web with a link through Adobe that you can put on. 2 is you will then be able to start having the foundational skills to be able to work on a lot of these other very different kind of digital learning projects. 3 is you'll be able to learn from each other as you share your ideas, challenges, hints, tips, progress of your work, design options of things to do or think about, something you've tried that didn't work, something you tried that did work. So you'll be able to learn collaboratively from this great group of people. And lastly, I really hope for educators out there that this really prompts you to begin to be thinking about course design in so many different ways and from so many different perspectives. That's really what this is all about. Trying to design courses from a very different point of view, and especially for those who don't have access to the web. Okay? Jump in. Thank you for letting me be your guide through this process.